So previous chapter, that is heat, I have completed everything. Chapter explanation, extra questions, NCERT exercise, everything I have completed. I am hoping that you have also completed and have written in your notebooks. Now this is the time to start the chapter number 5, that is acids, bases and salt. So try to understand here, whatever food daily we are taking, so on the basis of nutrients we are classifying them: carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, proteins, minerals, etc. But they are the classification which are based on nutrients, like fat providing us energy, carbohydrate is also providing us energy, minerals, vitamins, they are providing they are in body, they are maintaining our health, everything. So try to understand those food material are food nutrients. On the basis of taste, they have not been classified. Whatever daily we are eating in our food, they can be classified on the basis of their taste also. In our daily life, we are coming across so many substances which are sour in taste, which are bitter in taste, which are salty in taste, and which are sweet in taste. So as far as sour substances are concerned, unripe mangoes, amla, tamarind, they are sour in taste. And try to understand, we are eating daily different kinds of fruits like orange, amla, grapes, unripe mangoes, tamarind. So these substances which are sour in taste, daily we are taking in our food. Similarly, some food items, they contain or they give us bitter taste, like baking soda, baking powder, they are giving us bitter taste. Salty, daily we are taking the salt, their taste is salty. Sugar we are eating daily, that is sweet in taste. So try to understand, our food material contains different kinds of taste, and on the basis of taste we have to classify our food. So whatever daily we are taking our food, that may be the acid in nature, acidic in nature, basic in nature, or salty in nature. But remember, these classification of food is on the basis of their taste only. So now the questions arises here, what are the acids? So acids are the chemical substances which are sour in taste. What are the acids? Acids are nothing but a chemical substances which are sour in taste. What are the examples of acids? Citric acid, tartaric acid, ascorbic acid, lactic acid. So these acids daily we are taking. Suppose if we are eating lemon, it means we are eating the citric acid. Similarly, if we are eating the tamarind, so we are getting tartaric acid. Similarly, if we are eating the amla, so we are eating the ascorbic acid. Similarly, if we are taking the curd, it means we are getting the lactic acid. So these acids are present in our food items only, which we are taking daily. And you know the food is very essential material for our life. Without food we can't survive. Similarly, what are the bases? Bases are the chemical substances which are bitter in taste and soapy on touch. So these bases, they are soapy on touch and bitter in taste. So in our daily life we are using these bases also. We are eating them like baking soda, baking powder, sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. These are the bases, and we are taking in our food, means less or more in our food items. Now the third category of substances are salt. Salts are also chemical substance only, which are salty in taste. Their taste is salty. They are also chemical substance. But remember, they are neither acids nor bases. There are so many examples which we are taking or we are using in our daily life, like sodium chloride, salt which we are eating, common salt. This is common salt. Daily we are taking in our food. That is sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, potassium iodide. You remember that in salt, iodized salt word is used. Do you know which salt is used in the common salt? This potassium iodide. This potassium iodide is only to prevent the goiter disease in our body. So just remember, potassium iodide is added to the common salt to prevent the goiter disease. And you must remember that goiter disease is because of the deficiency of iodine. And when potassium iodide is added to the common salt, then our body will get the sufficient iodine and we will not fall sick due to goiter. Dear cadets, here I am giving you the name of some fruits and what acid they contain, their name also I am giving you. Just see, orange, if we are eating, so we are getting the citric acid. Lemon, if we are eating, we are getting the citric acid. Tamarind, tartaric acid. Amla, ascorbic acid. Unripe mangoes, tartaric acid. Means our food, means the food which we are eating and which they are present in our nature, they contain such type of acids. There are so many other things like tea that contains tannic acid. Apple that also contain malic acid, and you know malic acid prevent us from the deadly disease cancer. That is why we should eat the apple daily, at least one. So try to understand all these acids: tannic acid, citric acid, ascorbic acid, tartaric acid, malic acid, oxalic acid. All these acids, they are known as organic acids, and organic acids are those acids which are found in animals or plant. So these are organic acids are also known as natural acids. So acids which are found in our nature, and in the nature basically two things are there. What is that one? Animals and plants. So organic acid is basically found in the living being, that is plant and animals. Now, so organic acid. What are the organic acids? Naturally occurring acids which are found in plants and animals. They are known as organic acid. Organic acids, other than those examples which I have already given you, I am writing here some more examples like tannic acid. It is found in the tea powder. Formic acid. Formic acid is found in ant sting. That is why burning sensation is there. Scorpion, ants, and some other insects. When they bite us, we are feeling burning pain, shooting pain. This is because of the injection of formic acid. Oxalic acid. It is mostly found in the spinach and tomato. There are some acids which are made by man, and daily we are eating such kind of acids. Just see. So man-made acids are those acids which are prepared by man. Curd daily we are eating. Which acid is found? Lactic acid. Now soft drinks we are drinking. Which acid is found there? Carbonic acid. Vinegar, acetic acid is found in that. So man-made acids are equally important as organic acids are important. Similarly, man-made acids are also important for us. Now, one more category of acids are there, that is known as mineral acids. What are the mineral acids? Acids which are originated from rocks and minerals. They are known as mineral acids. So what are the examples of mineral acids? Sulfuric acid, sulfurous acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid. These are the acids which are found in our nature, but they are originated from rocks and minerals.
You must have enjoyed lemonade. during summers. Do you know lemon is a rich source of vitamin C? But why does it taste sour? Lemon tastes sour due to the presence of an acid in it. So acid is a substance which is sour in taste. Do these fruits also have acids? That's right. These fruits taste sour, so they all contain acids. Let us see more examples of acids. Have you ever tasted a salad dressing with vinegar in it? Well, here we have added vinegar to a salad which contains acetic acid. What about curd prepared from milk? Yes, it is also sour and it contains lactic acid. In fact, carbonated drinks that we enjoy also have an acid. Well, there are some substances which taste bitter. Do they also contain acid? No, they contain bases. Base is a substance which is bitter in taste and soapy to touch. Toothpaste and soap, which we use at our homes to clean things, are the examples of bases. So children, now you know that there are many acids and bases around us, from the food we eat to the soap we use. In simple words, acids and bases are an important part of our life.
Now, what are the physical properties of acids? Acids have got physical as well as chemical properties. So, physical properties are as follows. First one is they are sour in taste. Next one is they turn blue litmus red. Third one is they are corrosive in action. Do you understand the meaning of corrosive in nature? Whenever they fall on the skin, they produce blisters. This action is known as corrosive in nature. Next one is almost 90% acids are soluble in water. So mostly all acids are soluble in water. Remember, acids which are soluble in water, they are known as alkali. Some acids, they are not soluble in water. So the acids which are soluble in water, that is only known as alkali. Now, uses of acids. What are the uses of acids? They are used in the fertilizer industry. Like nitric acid is used for the manufacturing of fertilizer. You know, there are a lot of importance of fertilizer. If the fertility of soil is not good, then farmers are using the fertilizers to increase the fertility of the soil. So most of the acids, they are used in the fertilizer industry. Even sulfuric acid is also used for the manufacturing of fertilizers. So fertilizers are chemical substance. For their manufacturing, acids are used. Next one uses, they are used in the laboratory reagent. They are used in laboratory as reagent. So just try to understand, in the laboratory there are so many acids like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid. All these acids are used in the laboratory for the volumetric titration, or some are used in the salt analysis. So without the presence of acids, laboratory reactions or titration or salt analysis cannot be completed. Now bases. So bases are also chemical substance only, but they are bitter in taste and soapy on touch. Even they are slippery also. Now we are using so many bases in our daily life. Just see, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. These are the two bases which are found in our soap, and we are using soap daily. Magnesium hydroxide. Whenever we are suffering from acidity, so we are taking antacid tablets. All antacid tablets, they must contain the magnesium hydroxide. Next one, calcium hydroxide. Lime water, have you heard? For white washing, the substance is used that contain calcium hydroxide only. Next one is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Baking soda, you might have heard. Baking soda contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now one of the essential thing I am going to tell you, what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Baking soda is chemically sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. While baking powder is the mixture of sodium hydrogen carbonate plus edible acids like tartaric acid or citric acid. So what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Baking soda is the substance which contain only sodium hydrogen carbonate, and baking powder is the substance which contains sodium hydrogen carbonate plus edible acid like tartaric acid or citric acid. So remember, directly we are not using the baking soda, we are using basically baking powder as far as our food is concerned. Now baking powder in most of the places is used while cooking the food. So remember, bases are equally important as acids.
Do you remember when someone has acidity, they are often given antacids to neutralize the effect? These chemicals that neutralize the effect of acids are known as bases. Bases are the substances which taste bitter and change color of red litmus blue. A base is either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide or aqueous ammonia, which reacts with hydronium ions of an acid to form salt and water only. Bases, when dissolved in water, produce hydroxide. Bases contain either displaceable oxide ions, like in copper oxide, or displaceable hydroxide ions, like in magnesium hydroxide. Copper oxide is a metallic oxide, whereas magnesium hydroxide is metallic hydroxide. Common examples of bases include calcium oxide, sodium oxide, copper oxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide. Do you know bases are being used widely in our daily life? Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are used in manufacture of soap. Potassium hydroxide is used in batteries. Calcium hydroxide is used in manufacture of bleaching powder and softening of hard water. Magnesium hydroxide is used as antacids. Aluminium hydroxide is used as a foaming agent in fire extinguishers. Ammonium hydroxide helps to remove grease stains from clothes. Calcium oxide is used as a drying agent and a base in flux. Bases are very useful for us.
Now, so by seeing the animation and video, you might have heard and saw the uses of different kinds of bases. So bases have got different kinds of use. So just see the first use, bleaching powder. You might have heard bleaching powder is made by the calcium hydroxide only. So calcium hydroxide is base only. Second one is they are used in the manufacturing of soap and detergent. Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide is used for the manufacturing of soap and detergent. They are used in the batteries also, and batteries are very important. Potassium hydroxide is used for making the battery. They are used in making antacid tablets when we are suffering from acidity. So we are taking the antacid tablets. Basically, magnesium hydroxide is used in antacid tablets. Next one is in making baking powder. So which base is used for making the baking powder? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Baking soda is used. In this way, today I have completed the acids and bases. Now I am going to give you some questions. Please write down there questions and answers and submit me for checking. So just try to understand what are those things which I have to ask as a question. The first question is what are acids? Give some example. Give some examples. What are bases? What are bases? Give some example. Some examples. Write some uses of acids. Write some uses of acids. Write some uses of base. Write some uses of bases. Write down your answer and send me on the same number, that is 974 3535 02. Thank you.